Imagine this for a moment. You're looking in the mirror one morning, noticing your hair looks a little thinner than it used to, maybe not as full or shiny as it was just a few years ago. Your skin feels drier, less vibrant, and that mid afternoon energy slump hits harder, making even simple things like playing with the grandkids or getting through your day feel exhausting. Then there's that quiet worry in the back of your mind about your heart, those little reminders from the doctor about staying on top of things as we age. You've heard conflicting stories about eggs over the years. Are they helping or hurting? What if something as simple and everyday as adding just 2 to 4 eggs a day could quietly address these hidden changes, boosting your energy, supporting healthier hair and glowing skin, and even protecting your heart in ways most people never realize? In my over 10 years as a family physician, I've seen this pattern time and again with patients just like you, smart, caring adults who want to feel their best, but often miss this one nutrient packed food that's right in their kitchen. These aren't dramatic overnight miracles, but real, evidence based shifts that many of my patients notice in their vitality, appearance, and peace of mind. The silent warning signs of nutrient gaps as we get older are more common than we think, and today we're going to look calmly and clearly at why eating 2 to 4 eggs daily can lead to exactly what the research shows: better skin, stronger hair, sustained energy, and heart support that feels protective and hopeful. If this is resonating with you, if you're thinking about your own energy, your hair, your skin, or just wanting to feel stronger and more protected as you age, please hit that like button right now. It really helps this message reach more people who need it. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss these calm, evidence-based conversations tailored for adults who care about staying vibrant and healthy. Most importantly, drop a quick comment below. How many eggs do you usually eat in a week right now? Maybe 0, maybe a couple, or more. Your honest answers help me understand what you're experiencing, shape future videos around what matters most to you, and build this supportive community where we all lift each other up. I read every comment, and it means a lot. Let me share a quick story from my practice that I see more often than you'd think. A lovely 68-year-old patient named Margaret came in feeling just worn out. She described it as running on empty most days. Her hair had lost its shine and felt brittle. Her skin looked a bit dull and less resilient, and she worried this was just part of getting older. What she didn't realize was that these were often silent signals of nutrient gaps that sneak up quietly as we age, gaps in high-quality protein, certain B vitamins, and powerful antioxidants that our bodies need more of to keep energy steady. Hair strong and skin glowing. Margaret was eating fairly healthily, but she avoided eggs because of old advice she'd heard years ago. The good news is, eggs are one of nature's most complete nutrient powerhouses, and research backs this up clearly. A single large egg delivers about 6 grams of high-quality, complete protein, meaning it has all the essential amino acids your body can't make on its own, which is crucial for maintaining muscle, repairing tissues, and keeping energy levels stable. According to the Mayo Clinic and NIH data, eggs provide nearly 147 milligrams of choline per egg. That's more than any other common food, and choline is vital for brain health, liver function, and steady energy metabolism. Many adults fall short without realizing it. Then there are the iron skin protectors, lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 potent antioxidants concentrated in the yolk. Studies, including one published in the Journal of Nutrition, show that eating just 1 egg a day can significantly increase blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin up to 26 to 38% in older adults, without raising cholesterol concerns, helping combat oxidative stress that dulls skin and affects hair vitality over time. Harvard Health and large population reviews confirm eggs supply meaningful amounts of vitamin B12, vitamin D, and folate nutrients that often dip lower with age and support everything from red blood cell production to mood and energy. The beautiful part? These aren't exotic supplements. They're in a food most of us have in our fridge. Adding 2 to 4 eggs a day can quietly fill these gaps for many people, and it's often manageable and enjoyable. You're not too late to make this small shift. Margaret certainly noticed more pep in her step and healthier looking hair within weeks. Let me tell you about Robert, a 72-year-old patient of mine who is doing everything right, walking daily, watching his portions, but he came to me anxious because he'd read old headlines saying eggs raise cholesterol and damage the heart. He loved his morning eggs, but had cut them out completely, worried that one more yolk could tip the scales toward a heart event. That fear is so common, and it's often a hidden risk we carry from outdated advice. The silent worry that a food as simple as an egg is secretly harming us, when the real story is far more reassuring and evidence-based. This may surprise you, but the cholesterol in eggs has much less impact on your blood cholesterol than most people realize, especially compared to saturated fats from processed meats, butter, or fried foods. In my over 10 years seeing patients, I've watched this myth cause unnecessary stress, and the latest research helps set their record straight calmly. Large population studies and meta-analyses, including updates from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2025, show that for most healthy adults, eating eggs, even up to 1 or more per day, does not significantly raise LDL, bad cholesterol, or increase cardiovascular disease risk. A 2025 randomized crossover study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that dietary cholesterol from eggs had far less effect on raising LDL levels than saturated fats did. In fact, eggs often improved HDL, good cholesterol, and antioxidant profiles without pushing harmful changes. According to Mayo Clinic guidelines and recent reviews in current atherosclerosis reports, 2023, observational data from hundreds of thousands of people over decades consistently show no strong link between moderate egg consumption, up to 7 eggs per week or more in many cases, and higher rates of heart attacks, strokes, or overall CVD events in the general population. The American Heart Association's 2023 Science Advisory reinforces this. Studies do not generally support an association between dietary cholesterol, like that in eggs, and increased cardiovascular risk when part of a balanced diet. Even more encouraging, some analyses, including a 2020 to 2025 umbrella review of meta-analyses, suggest that higher egg intake, more than 1 per day in certain groups, was not linked to increased CVD risk and in some cases showed a reduction in coronary artery disease odds, likely thanks to eggs' nutrients like choline, which supports healthy blood vessels, and lutein, which fights inflammation. Of course, if you have diabetes, very high cholesterol, or specific genetic factors, it's always wise to check with your doctor. Individual responses can vary slightly. But for the vast majority of us, the evidence points to eggs being neutral or even protective when they replace less healthy choices. The consequences of avoiding eggs out of fear? You might miss out on that complete protein and those brain-boosting, anti-inflammatory nutrients that help keep energy up and inflammation down, key for heart protection as we age. The solution is simple and gentle. Enjoy 2 to 4 eggs most days as part of meals with veggies, whole grains, and healthy fats. This small, enjoyable change is often manageable, and it's not too late. Many of my patients, like Robert, feel relieved and more hopeful once they see the real data and notice steadier energy without the old worry hanging over them. Picture this. Susan, a warm 65-year-old grandmother I've known for years, sat in my office quietly frustrated. She told me her once thick, shiny hair now felt thin and brittle, strands breaking easily when she brushed it. Her skin, which used to have that healthy glow, looked drier, with fine lines seeming more pronounced, and she wondered if this was just inevitable aging. What she didn't know, and what most seniors are never told, is that these changes are often silent warning signs of overlooked nutrient shortfalls. Not enough high quality protein, biotin, certain B vitamins, and skin protecting antioxidants that our bodies rely on more as we get older. Susan wasn't eating poorly overall, but eggs weren't a regular part of her routine, and that small gap was quietly showing up on the outside. Doctors rarely explain this connection clearly, but the evidence is quite strong and hopeful. Eggs are packed with biotin. One large egg provides about 10 micrograms, roughly 33% of the daily recommended amount, and biotin plays a key role in supporting healthy hair growth, strength, and texture. Research published in the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology and reviewed by the NIH shows that biotin supplementation, or consistent dietary sources like eggs, can improve hair thickness and reduce brittleness in people with deficiencies, which become more common with age due to absorption changes. Then there's the complete, high-quality protein in eggs, about 6 grams per egg, with all essential amino acids. According to Mayo Clinic nutrition experts and studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adequate protein intake helps maintain skin elasticity and collagen production, which naturally declines over time. Without enough, skin can lose firmness and appear duller, something many of my patients notice improving when they add consistent protein sources like eggs. The yolks bring powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. Large population studies, including one from the Archives of Biochemistry and Biophysics, demonstrate that higher dietary intake of these carotenoids from eggs increases skin levels, helping protect against UV damage and oxidative stress that accelerates visible aging. Participants consuming eggs regularly showed measurable improvements in skin hydration and tone in controlled trials summarized by Healthline and dermatology reviews. Plus, eggs supply vitamin B12, riboflavin, and selenium, nutrients critical for cell repair, reducing inflammation, and supporting a radiant complexion. Harvard Health notes that B vitamin shortfalls, common in older adults, can contribute to dull skin and hair loss, and eggs help bridge that gap naturally without supplements. The consequences of ignoring this? Those gradual changes can feel discouraging and permanent. But the solution is gentle and accessible. 2 to 4 eggs a day, perhaps boiled, poached, or in a veggie scramble, can quietly deliver these nutrients. Many patients, including Susan, report noticing shinier hair, less breakage, and a healthier skin glow within a few months. Small, steady wins that build confidence. This is manageable, and you're not too late to see real difference. Your body is still responsive to these nourishing choices. Think about how it feels when that afternoon fatigue creeps in. Maybe you're sitting with a cup of tea, but your body just wants to rest, even though you haven't done anything strenuous. Or perhaps you've noticed it's harder to get up from a chair without using your hands, or carrying groceries leaves you more winded than before. This is a story I hear often from patients like James, a 67-year-old retired teacher who felt his get up and go had quietly slipped away. He was active in his younger years, but now simple tasks drained him, and he worried this was just normal aging. What many are never told is that this midday slump and gradual strength loss can be silent signals of overlooked shortfalls in complete protein and key B vitamins, nutrients that fuel steady energy, support muscle repair, and help prevent the muscle wasting known as sarcopenia that affects so many as we age. Doctors rarely explain this clearly, but the research is encouraging and points to real hope. Eggs stand out as an excellent, complete protein source, providing about 6 grams per egg with all essential amino acids, including leucine, which is particularly powerful for triggering muscle protein synthesis. Studies, including a 2021 review in Nutrients and PubMed research on older adults at risk of sarcopenia, show that regular egg consumption, along with physical activity, helps maintain muscle strength and function, potentially reducing the risk of frailty and preserving independence longer. According to NIH-linked studies and a 2023 PMC review of high-quality evidence, eggs deliver high-quality protein plus B vitamins like B12 and riboflavin, which are essential for energy metabolism, converting food into usable fuel at the cellular level. Shortfalls here often contribute to that persistent tiredness many feel, and eggs help bridge the gap naturally. Choline from eggs. Around 147 milligrams per large egg supports brain and muscle energy pathways. Randomized trials in middle-aged and older adults, published in Lipids in Health and Disease, 2023, found that consistent egg yolk choline intake improved aspects of cognitive vitality and reduced subjective fatigue markers. Large cohort data and intervention trials, such as those in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, indicate that whole eggs, not just whites, may enhance muscle mass beyond protein alone, thanks to yolk nutrients like vitamins, lipids, and phospholipids that promote anabolic effects and better muscle quality in older adults. A 2025 prospective study on community-dwelling seniors even linked moderate egg intake, 1 to 6 times weekly, with lower ALCAs and cardiovascular mortality, partly tied to sustained vitality and muscle health. The problem is, without enough of these nutrients, energy dips and muscle loss accelerate, making daily life feel heavier. But the solution is straightforward. Incorporating 2 to 4 eggs daily provides sustained fuel and supports muscle preservation without complexity. Many patients, like James, report steadier all-day energy and easier movement after a few consistent weeks. This is manageable, and small changes truly make a real difference. You're not too late to reclaim that vitality and feel more hopeful about your days ahead. Now that we've looked at the real benefits for your heart, skin, hair, energy, and vitality, the natural question is, how many eggs are safe and sensible for most of us, and how can we enjoy them easily every day? The reassuring answer, backed by current evidence, is that 2 to 4 eggs per day is generally safe and beneficial for the majority of healthy adults. Mayo Clinic nutrition experts and the American Heart Association's latest guidance state there is no strict upper limit on dietary cholesterol from eggs for most people, unlike older recommendations. And studies involving tens of thousands of participants show no consistent increase in heart disease risk at these levels when eggs replace less healthy foods. In fact, a 2023 to 2025 review of meta-analyses found that intakes up to 1 to 2 eggs daily, and often higher in balanced diets, were associated with neutral or even favorable outcomes for cardiovascular health and overall nutrient status. For practical enjoyment, try simple, delicious ways. Hard-boiled eggs for snacks, poached or soft-boiled on whole grain toast with spinach or tomatoes for breakfast, scrambled with veggies and a little olive oil, or added to salads. Pairing eggs with fiber-rich foods helps keep everything balanced and supports steady blood sugar too. Of course, if you have diabetes, very high LDL cholesterol, or a specific medical condition, it's always best to check with your own doctor. They can tailor advice to your labs and history. But for most, this range fits comfortably into a heart-healthy, nutrient-rich eating pattern without worry. The beautiful part is how achievable this is. No fancy ingredients, no big changes, just a small, consistent habit that quietly supports so many areas of feeling good. You're already taking wonderful steps by being here and learning this. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I truly appreciate you being here, choosing to learn, to listen, and to take these small but meaningful steps toward feeling your best as the years go by. It means a lot that you care enough about your health to sit down and hear what the evidence really says, rather than letting old myths or fleeting worries hold you back. You are exactly the kind of person who makes a real difference in your own life and in the lives of those around you. Thoughtful, responsible, and committed to staying informed and proactive. Whether you're adding a couple of eggs to your breakfast tomorrow or simply feeling a little more hopeful and empowered right now, know that these gentle choices matter. Your body is still wonderfully responsive, and every step you take like this builds more vitality, confidence, and peace of mind. I'm grateful to be part of your journey, even in this small way. Take good care of yourself. You deserve to feel strong, vibrant, and cared for every single day. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and know that you're doing wonderfully.